everyone, it's Satchka Rainbow here, and I'm sure all of us have those things that just drive us up the wall. Most people call them pet peeves. Well, I have a lot of those. 10 in fact, at least. And I am going to be sharing those with you today. So without further ado, here are my top 10. 10? Is this 10? This is not 10. Off to a great start. Here are my top 10 pet peeves. Number 1 is when people, it doesn't matter if it's a text, if it's on a post on social media, even if they say it out loud. LOL. I don't know. It's just, I used to be one of those people that would text, send LOL to everything, mostly because it's like, if I don't really know what to send or what to say, then just, LOL. But I'm sure we all have that one friend that replies LOL to literally everything, right? Well, that was me for a short while. And I had a friend like that where I think I picked it up from, and it was not great. In fact, I started using it so much that I got sick of it myself. So now every time I see those 3 little words. Every time I see those 3 little letters line up together in that particular order, through a text, through an Instagram, whatever it is, it drives me crazy. I'm just like, oh, I can't believe they said that. It's a problem. Another one that I just hate it. I hate it when people say things like, I hate myself, or I want to kill myself, or even things like, I'm old, or I'm ugly. I hate it when people say that, because you're all listen to me. You are all beautiful people. I don't care what you look like, or what year you were born in, or whatever you think about yourself. I swear, you are a fearfully and wonderfully made individual, a beautiful person, created for a purpose, and you need to, you can't, please don't say that about yourself. When people joke about wanting to die or kill themselves, or that they hate themselves, I can't laugh. That's not funny. I don't know, because there are actual people that actually do want to kill themselves, and I just don't think it's funny to joke about. So if you're one of those people that joke about that, stop it. You're beautiful. You're awesome. Moving on with number 3. Another thing that drives me crazy is when people misname things, or perhaps I should say when they misuse certain words. Here, I'll give you a few examples. Exhibit A. This is a shoe. This is a sandal. This is a sandal. This is a flip-flop. This is a hoodie or sweatshirt. This is a jacket that has a hood. So things like that, when people misuse things it's not a shoe, it's a sandal. It's not a hoodie, it's a sweatshirt. It's a sweater, it's whatever. It's not really that big of a deal, I suppose, but it bugs me, and that's what this list is about, right? Things that aren't really a big deal, but bug me to the extent of driving me crazy anyhow. We love that. We just love that. Number 4 on this list, we have cow jokes. I don't know why. I'm all for a good joke. You tell me a joke. If it's funny, I'll laugh. If it's not funny, I won't laugh. That's how jokes work. And you know what jokes aren't funny? Cow jokes. It doesn't matter what type of joke it is. If it has the word cow or moo in it, or any other variation of that, then it's not funny to me. They're just so predictable. If you say anything like, what did the cow, oh, let me guess, it has moo in it. Or what moo, let me guess, it has cow in it. They're so predictable and obvious, it's not even funny. Have you ever heard the interrupting cow joke? If you haven't, then I wish I were you, because it's stupid, honestly. I don't know, it's just cow jokes that they're not funny at all, and nope. Another thing that kind of bothers me, not so much as some of the others, but it does still kind of rub me the wrong way sometimes, is when people celebrate Christmas before Thanksgiving. So like, October is all, it's Halloween, this big deal going on, and it's everywhere. Like, even before October, everything is going on everywhere. It's Halloween, and everyone's going crazy about it, right? Like, I'm not a big fan of Halloween anyway, and so it's like, okay, as soon as this is over, we can jump straight into Thanksgiving, because that's what comes next, right? After October comes November, and in November there's Thanksgiving. But no, as soon as Halloween's over, everything immediately goes to hello Christmas time, and there are Christmas trees everywhere. Everyone's like, oh, I hope it snows already, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? It's like as soon as Halloween's over, it's automatically winter, which it's not, by the way. Let me tell you, we got a whole nother month before winter even shows its blizzardy white face up in here. And Thanksgiving gets absolutely zero respect. Now I get it. It's super easy to dress up for Halloween or like decorate your house for Halloween. You just put all the spooky, scary stuff, whatever. And it's super easy to dress up for Christmas. Did I say dress up for Christmas? I meant decorate. You know what I mean. It's super easy to decorate for Christmas, and like, I get it. You kind of want to, like, nobody wants to like put all that stuff up when there's a giant white blizzard of snow actually outside. But you see, the problem here is, Thanksgiving's kind of important, like in America, like everyone loves food, right? It's a holiday dedicated to eating as much food as you physically can. Why would you want to skip a holiday like that? I get it, it's harder to decorate for Thanksgiving, but people still do it, and who cares if you have to decorate the outside of your house for it or not? People don't normally decorate the outside of the house for every birthday, but how would you like it if, like, people just skipped your birthday and didn't even acknowledge that you were born that day, didn't give you a present, didn't let you eat cake or have a good day at all? How would you like that? Well, that's how Thanksgiving feels. Thanksgiving hasn't had its celebration in such a long time, and it feels neglected and constantly pushed over and bullied by its older siblings, Halloween and Christmas, just because they're bigger and fancier holidays with more fun things involved with it. I mean, what is more fun than eating? What do you do when you're at your house all alone and you're bored out of your mind? I don't think you go dressing up like the Grim Reaper every day. No, you eat food. That's how important Thanksgiving is, and you really shouldn't be depriving it of its one time that it gets to shine its light out of the entire year, while Christmas and Halloween and all the other bigger holidays take up like 12 months, like the whole year. It's just not fair. Another thing that bothers me is when calendars are not up to date. You know what I'm talking about. Whether it's one of those day-by-day calendars that you have to rip off the page every time, or whether they're just normal calendars where you just flip the thing every month. Like, sometimes the calendars will be months off. Sometimes they're not even the right year. If you like mark off every day, a lot of times that won't be up to date. Or like day-by-day things, they're always so many days behind. And to me, I'm just thinking, what's the point? If you're not going to work to keep your calendar up to date, then what's even the point of having it? Because it's there so that way you know what day it is. But if it's like April 12th and you look at it and it says December 27th of 1972, then like, why do you even have it there? Like, it's not going to do you any good. So what? Is it just there for decoration? Am I just supposed to be staring at your picture of an adorable puppy dog that you have in your calendar and have had for the past 20 years just so I can say, wow, that puppy dog's cute. It's like it's been there for 20 years. Nuh-uh, I don't think so. They make new calendars, they make new cute puppy dog pictures, and I want to see that on your wall instead of something that's completely outdated and is going to be of no use to nobody. What number are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we at 6? I don't know. Next number, pet peeve that I have is when a time is left on the microwave. Or, okay, I need to explain here. So, like on microwaves how, like, A lot of the ones that have the digital screen, they tell the time, right? Right? That's what they do. But like some microwaves, when you like put food in for whatever amount of time and then it ends, instead of showing the time, it'll say end, which is really kind of considerate. It's saying, hey, guess what? Your stuff is done. Why don't you open that there door and get your food? I totally get that. But the problem is it can do that for like timers too, right? So when the timer goes off and it says end, you're like, okay, great, and you carry about your business, but it still stays at end. Or sometimes you open the door before all the seconds run out and the seconds just stay there saying like, hey, start me up again, even though you have no intention to. I can't stand that. You know what? That microwave was made to tell the time. It was not made to tell the time. It was made to do its job, and I suppose it is doing its job. But when it's just standing there saying end, or standing there saying 5 seconds left, when we already know it's the end, or when in fact there are not 5 seconds left, then again, what is the gosh diddly darn point of having it there when it could be putting its little digital screen there to more use and telling me what time it is, assuming that that is also up to date, unlike your 20-year-old calendar with a cute puppy dog picture on it. We made it to number 8. This is not an 8. This is a 4 at best. Sorry. 8! Okay, that is 8. Gosh. So, number 8, one of the things that that really bothers me is when people complain about things that are easily within their ability to fix. We're all humans. We're all prone to complaining, right? Right. Definitely. So when somebody's complaining about something that's like in their control to fix, like it just drives me crazy because I'm like, why aren't you doing anything about this? Why are you just standing around waiting for somebody else to take care of your problems when you yourself can take care of your problems super easily and simply? Like it doesn't make any sense. If you can sense a theme here, it's that I don't like it when things don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think of an example. Like what? Just like any situation where like the problem is easily avoidable and fixable if you just take some small action or like do something yourself instead of just sitting there like a crybaby saying, oh, I wish that this would change. My life is just so incomplete without it. Like, it just drives me crazy because you can easily do something about it. If it bothers you so much that you're willing to have a full-blown conversation about how much it annoys you, then why can't you take that tiny extra step to be less annoyed and also like to fix it? Like, if you're gonna complain about it, then it better be something that's out of your control and that you have a right to complain about, you know? Like, if you can fix it, if you can change it, don't complain about it, because it's in your control. Number 9 is a big one. I very much don't like it. I'm frustrated when people claim to be introverts, but are clearly not. I run into this problem with a couple different people, where they say, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, I just love staying at home and whatever, but then like you see them, how they're acting, and they're like going up and talking to people, getting like this far away from their face. Not always, but like, you know, just like extroverty things, like going up and talking to people, not even worrying about whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, I just love being at home. Boy, do you know what an introvert is? Because, okay, who doesn't like to be at home, okay? Everyone needs time to themselves sometimes. Everyone needs time alone sometimes, even extroverts. But boy, you ain't no introvert. I can tell you that for sure. Because I am an introvert, very much so, all the way, 100%. And I know that you're a big fat liar. I feel like it comes from a misunderstanding that they just don't realize that being an introvert is more than just sitting at home and not wanting to talk to people 100% of the time. They'll say things like, I have to try so hard not to be an introvert every day. It's a battle. I force myself to go and talk to people, whatever. But like, you see them willingly starting conversations and talking to people, whatever, and it doesn't look like they're dreading it at all. Any person that claims to be introvert but is actually an extrovert, you can clearly tell that they're an extrovert. How dare you disgrace the name of the introverts? Because now people are getting a false representation, right? Now they're like, oh, is that what introverts are really like? Like, they can still, like, go and talk to people, whatever. No, we don't like talking to people. Okay, that's not entirely true. It's harder for us to talk to people because we're just not as comfortable in huge group settings. We leave our house like 3 times a day and we are exhausted. All we want to do is curl up in our room and stay home alone for a bit. These guys, they're going back and forth, you know, like extroverts do. Except they're like, I'm an introvert because I like to be at home. No, you're not! And finally, number 10 on this list of pet peeves that I possess myself is when people don't let you talk. Specifically in group conversations. So, like, you know, you're with your group of friends, you're just talking, hanging out, have a good time. And so, okay, like I mentioned earlier, I'm an introvert, so, like, I don't always want to talk. Honestly, most of the time, I don't necessarily like to be involved with the conversations if it's a good-sized group of people. I just like to kind of sit back and listen to what everyone's saying and kind of internalize the information. And because I don't always have something to add. In fact, I probably rarely have something to actually add to the conversation, either because I don't know what they're talking about or whatever. So I'm just there to learn, okay? I'm just here to sit and learn and internalize. But when I actually do have a thought on a matter, and I'm like, wow, I can actually contribute to the conversation. This isn't something that is obvious or that somebody has already said, and it's a thought of my very own, and I have a chance to contribute and everything. I'm getting really excited, and so I'm trying to find a place to say it, but there are people constantly talking over each other, therefore talking over me, and so after like 3 or 4 tries, I just give up because I either lose the thought, somebody else says it, or most of the time it goes unsaid. Maybe that's just me being a pushover and not like demanding attention. But I mean, like, if I've been quiet for like 5 minutes into the conversation, then I don't really feel like I have the right to just, hey, everyone, listen to me. I have something important to say. Because like, it was almost like I wasn't even part of the conversation. It's like I was eavesdropping, but it was okay for me to be eavesdropping because I was in the circle. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what happens to me all the time? It's when you have something that you're really excited to say and you want to contribute to the conversation and you're like, okay, I'm going to say this. And you try like 3 or 4 times trying to say it, but people keep interrupting you and you realize that if you continue on, nobody's even going to listen to you anyway. What happens all the time is that by the time I think I actually do have an opening where I can just flat out say it, we've totally moved on to a completely different topic that, again, I know nothing about, and so I have no choice but to just sit and be quiet the whole time once again, because the thought that I had has absolutely nothing to do with what was going on right then and there at the moment, because the moments that I was trying to talk about had already passed, because people wouldn't stop talking over me. So yeah, that's a little bit of a rundown, a little bit look into my life and what drives me absolutely insane. If you guys relate to any of these, then go ahead and comment down below. If you have any other pet peeves of your own that you'd like to share, then go ahead and comment those as well. I'm all about being relatable and connectable. Connectable? Is that a word? I think so. We're going to say it's a word. So go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Yeah, that's it for today's video. So have a great day, you beautiful, wonderful people. And with that, I bid you farewell. See you next time.